Well. I see you took my advice, but you'll still need to keep what was given to you, as the scenes of horror grow even more unimaginable. Prince and Freddy will continue to be your tour guides on this carousel of hell, only as long as you keep your nightlight close by to keep the black-eyed children at bay, the poltergeist calm, and the night crawlers hidden. Hit the lights and sit back as we welcome you to Nightlight, a horror movie podcast.
I'm Prince, also known as Head Knight.
And I'm Freddy, also known as Nighty Night.
Season motherfucking 7.
Yes, lucky number
kidding me
7.
right now?
Let's do it.
This is year 7.
7
What?
years. That's crazy.
I can't believe we've been doing this shit for that long. We are in the second grade.
Cue the music.
It's crazy. Yeah, exactly.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Holy shit, man. Wow.
7
This
years.
is insane. 7 years. Hopefully you guys liked the new intro.
Phenomenal.
I'm
So
super
good.
happy with it. Yeah. Like, it is so good. So happy with it. And hopefully you guys are super stoked about it because that was something that we've been working on for a little bit. He absolutely killed it. Shout out to Carol from Russia because he's the beast. Man, he did the damn thing. Shout out to Shelby as well for providing those amazing vocals. God damn, she kills it every single time. This is our third year having Shelby be like the main intro. She kills it every single time. And she also does these in one take, which is crazy
Which is wild.
to me. Absolutely crazy to me.
Yeah.
By the way, if you hear my cat like jumping and pounding at the door, like
She is just excited for the new season.
she's just
That's it.
excited for us to start
Yeah.
season 7 just as much as you are. Super excited for this. We are coming in to season 7 with an absolute banger of a month. Something we haven't done in a while. Covering love movies. Romantic
Aw.
comedies even, you know. But we're doing this the way that we do it here at Nightlight, a horror movie podcast, because this is Love Stinks month. So excited to talk about these types of horror movies that are going to be focused around love, centered around the, you know, all the things that make you feel warm and fuzzy and bloody and gory inside, all that shit. So super excited for us to talk about this. And we're going to kick this off with none other than The Fly. First and foremost, Freddy, thoughts?
I really enjoyed this movie a lot. I think for me, I'm one of those guys that kind of like geeks out at good practical effects and great filmmaking as well.
Are they in here?
They are definitely in here. I think that's the thing that really makes this movie stand out. Now, I know that The Fly is a very beloved film in the horror community as well. I do think it is a really great movie. I feel like the story
One of
is
the best
really
remakes
interesting.
of all time.
Definitely, yes. Do I absolutely love it? Not per se, but I really, really, really dug this rewatch because this is my second time watching it. I've only seen it twice. One not that long ago too. I saw this movie way later than when it first came out. Obviously, I wasn't even born yet because this is the 80s movie.
I saw this movie while I was in my mother's womb.
I was watching it.
Just-
It's like, oh my god, when I go to Earth, the flies are going to be really scary there. It's very terrifying. But the practical effects, it's gorgeous, it's beautiful, and I say that
So
with
well
real
done.
descriptive words of like, oh, it's actually horrifying and gruesome and disgusting and gooey and icky and wet and squelching. Lots of squelching.
A lot of squelches.
This movie also looks great as a filmmaking standpoint. The way they were able to get the wall crawls on the ceiling on the side, I'm just like, how did they do it?
So
I'm so
fucking good.
confused.
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't know how you pulled this scene off, and I applaud you for this as well. As for a
Yeah.
love story, interesting love story to say the least.
Interesting love story.
A
Interesting
lot
love
about
story.
toxic masculinity, I would say, for our character, for our main protagonist or antagonist at some points. It's funny because you were rooting for him and you feel bad for this guy, but then at the same time you don't because he does a lot of
Yeah.
like messed up stuff as well. And it's just
Yeah.
like it's funny because Jeff Goldblum has this like persona to him where you kind of see this.
It's pretty presentable in this movie
Yeah.
too, though. Like you can tell, like Jeff Goldblum is a very eccentric kind of guy.
Yeah, I forgot how kind of like horny this movie is. Where I was just like,
Oh,
I don't
dude.
remember it being this like sexualized the first time I
The
was watching
Fly
it.
is like borderline just as horny as Hellraiser. Like it's
You read my mind because I was gonna bring up
fairly horny
Hellraiser right now.
movie.
I was about to say this gave me Hellraiser vibes for sure.
Yeah.
And obviously with some of the visuals, it kind of gives you the Hellraiser vibes as well of what
Mhm.
like yeah, the mutation on the body and the human body and like, have a humanoid type figure. And I think this movie does a really good job on that aspect. So I think it fits the theme very well. I think it's a great movie to start off the new season. You know, it's a new year of transformation. That's how I see this. It's kind of sad to see the ending, I would say. It is a very emotional ending, especially
Pretty
because
tragic.
they created this creature design that shows emotions with those big eyes as well. You can see the sadness and the pain it's going through. And I think that was a very smart way to convey that's like, no, that's still a human underneath this all. It's just like,
Yeah.
this is the outcome, unfortunately. And it also reminds me of Frankenstein. But instead
Yeah.
of creating Frankenstein's monster, he becomes the monster himself with his own like ego and
Dr. Jekyll,
risk.
Mr. Hyde kind
Exactly.
of style, you know.
for
like
sure.
it definitely
has
has
layers.
a lot of plays
Yeah.
for sure. The Fly, I love The Fly. Like I think The Fly is such a well done movie.
Yeah.
I've seen The Fly multiple times. I even had to watch it for a class in college. The Fly, it's something so incredible. Like I feel like it's probably David Cronenberg's like
One of his
probably
best.
one of the easier pieces of work for people to be like, oh yeah, I know that movie or I've heard of that movie, versus like a Videodrome or Crash or Crimes of the Future or maybe even History of Violence might be another one, but like Scanners and Existence and Eastern Promises. So like like those types of like movies. I feel like Eastern Promises and a History of Violence would probably be like a little bit more of its popular ones too. But still, it's just like you can tell that for Cronenberg, like he has such a fixation when it comes to body horror being the centerfold of telling such a tragic tale. And I think
Right.
that's incredible because I mean, Videodrome. I don't know if you've seen Videodrome or not, but like Videodrome, it was literally out of the flyer Videodrome to kick off this month. But The Fly just felt like it sticks out a little bit more in terms of like what it's trying to do and portray in terms of like the love story. But I mean, but Videodrome also too, because like it's like a cancer gun. Like that's probably like
Yeah.
the best way you can like explain Videodromes. It's a cancer gun. It's like, and that's a good like PSA on like I don't know, like unprotected sex and shit. But anyway, besides all of that, we're talking about The Fly. Like I do like The Fly a lot though. Like I think The Fly is such a great movie in terms of what it's portraying. I agree with you on the love stuff. It's like their chemistry, in my opinion, isn't really there for me. Like, I feel like Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis have such opposite chemistry. They also kiss with their eyes open, which was so
Yeah,
weird to me.
There's some
Oh,
stuff in this.
it was so
well, there's some like
uncomfortable.
just a scene where she's kind of like, "You're cute, you know," and he's all like, "Oh, am
He's
I?"
like-
I'm like,
he's like,
"Whoa,
"Oh,
what is
oh,
this?"
Am I?
Oh.
I'm like Jeff
guess I am.
Goldblum is
You
so
want to see my hairy
odd.
chest?
He's such
Keep your
an
shirt on, keep
interesting
your shirt on.
person.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't-
like
I don't
the nerdy
wanna
guy
call,
that
like-
gets the girl and has like charisma in the way.
Yeah, I mean,
Sure.
Jeff Goldblum got
Take it.
swag for sure. Definitely has swag. Yeah, he's just a very eccentric guy. That's just probably like the best way I can really paint him is just like he's an eccentric guy. I mean, like if you guys have seen Death Wish from like 1974, it was Michael Winner's movie from 1974. Like seeing him in that, like that's how I knew. I was like, we have an interesting person on our hands,
Yeah.
just walking the earth. Like
Right. It's like,
Just
are we getting
walking there.
a movie that Jeff Goldblum is starring in, or is Jeff Goldblum in a movie? Like, it's just his
Right.
persona.
Right. Yeah. And now I feel like people just let him run with it.
Oh, for
Like,
sure.
I just feel like people are just like, just be yourself. Like, that's all we need. Just
His
be yourself.
characters
Like him-
work. It works in a
They
weird
work
way.
because
Grabs your
they
attention.
put him in weird roles.
He's one of the best roles for sure in Jurassic Park as well, the first one. Like, he's one of
Yeah.
like the characters you will always remember. It's just like how crazy he is, but it's like you're also spitting facts. Like the way
Yeah.
you're explaining stuff is like you're a crazy old guy, but you are a crazy old guy that knows his stuff.
Right.
Like
right.
you're right. Life will find
That's
a
fair.
way. It's like, damn, this guy was
That's
right
fair.
the whole time.
He was right the whole time.
He's a
Did you see
philosopher.
that, man? Yeah, it's very interesting. He's an interesting guy. I would love for someone to put him back in a serious role, just because I do think
Sure.
his eccentric nature plays very well for things like this. I do also have to say, Cronenberg has the most confusing editing style in cinema. Like,
Fair.
you don't know where the fuck time jumps are, and you're just like, there was a moment in this movie that happened where it's like, I haven't seen you in a long time. It's like, well,
Yeah,
we were
he
just
says
with you in the last
months.
scene.
And
It
I
was
was
just
like,
like,
wait, what?
4 weeks. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
God damn. Like, the establishment was not established. So it was interesting. It was very interesting. But let's go ahead and jump into this shit, man, because I am so excited for this. I also, before we get started, I want to give a very special shout out to everybody who has been hanging out with us during our hiatus. It was really nice to be able to just hang out with people in Discord. I hung out in the watch party for a little bit to watch Strange Harvest with some of the folks, some of the ghouls. That was really fun. Been producing a lot of content on Patreon as well, so it's been really cool interacting with everybody on there as well. So, like, if you haven't had an opportunity to hop on the Patreon or anything like that, by all means, please go ahead and do so. Hop on there. It should be a lot of fun. Very excited for all the things to come for all of that. But let's go ahead and jump into this, my friend. The Fly, directed by David Cronenberg, released August 15th, 1986, with a runtime of 1 hour and 35 minutes, almost to the fucking dot. Budget of $15 million, because when they end that movie, they fucking end it. Box
It ends
office
very
of-
quickly. Yeah.
Bro, when they ended, they ended. Like, it's
It's like,
done.
it wrapped
Like,
up.
it's
It's like, there we go. That was the
Yeah,
end of
just
him.
like,
It's
that
the
was
end
it.
of the show. There we go.
That was
Done.
the story. With a box office of $60.6 million and the rating of 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. We open straight to the title card. We fade to a museum, I think. It was like a party, where Seth is telling Veronica about his next project that he's working on. Very quick way to start the movie. We just jump in immediately. This is your characters. That's it. Bing, bing, bum. Like, this is who you need. This is all we're gonna really be focusing on. So sit your butt cheeks down in that chair. He invites her to his lab to explain what he's been working on, trying to increase his chances with amenities. Not really selling her on the idea of going back to his lab, she walks away. He goes after her, believing that she's making a mistake, and the others that she's planning on interviewing are lying about changing the world. Cut to them driving to his lab in the shadiest fucking part of town.
Right. And I love that
where are
she's the
we?
one that's driving. It's like, all right, I'll just take your word
I
for it.
know.
I'll drive you to this location.
I'll
the
drive
stranger
you
that
to
I met.
a place.
Right.
where you can
that looks like a
possibly
place
kill
you can
me.
murder me. Yep.
Cool. I'll drive you there. As he explains his deal with motion sickness and his hatreds for vehicles, which I thought was really important to establish
foundation.
why he was doing
Yeah.
what he was doing. To be honest, it is a little silly, but at the same time, it makes sense because, like, there's a lot of people who deal with motion sickness and all this whole other stuff. My sister-in-law, for example, like, you can barely drive down the street before she starts feeling sick. And sometimes she gets like full-blown motion sickness, not just nausea.
Yeah.
Like, she's
Yeah.
bag in the car type of gal. And I'm like, I feel so bad for her because her husband loves to go hiking.
Oh.
Like, he loves going to the mountains. And I'm just like, I feel terrible for her because those windy roads, probably not great. They did get a new car though, so I heard that helped. As he explains his deal with motion sickness and his hatred for vehicles, she's not impressed with the location and he admits that it's a little cleaner inside. Is he the only person in this building?
It sounds like
So-
it. It sounds like he found this abandoned building, but no, he has funding and all this stuff. So
Yeah. And maybe because he does mention, like, he's like, I'm not expensive. So like maybe
Right.
maybe that was like kind of
Keep himself under the radar a little bit.
Yeah, keep himself under the radar and things like that. Even though dude has like cages full of just like monkeys to test. I was just like,
That was kind of sad. Yeah.
that was super sad. I was
Yeah.
like, God damn, PETA would not be proud.
He says this whole speech to like the other monkey too. It's like, oh, I'm sorry about your brother. I'm like, yo, why are you even bringing it up? Like, this is your fault.
Yeah. That monkey was like, revenge. I need it.
It will be mine. I brought in the fly.
Revenge. Yeah,
Like,
he's
I saw the
put
fly
in
outside.
there.
I put him in my fur, brought him inside.
Oh shit! Like yes,
That's your
my
revenge
plan.
story. Yes. It's like, I'm up
It's
to some
all
monkey
according
business.
to my plan. Yeah,
And shit went bananas, you know? It happens. It's very appealing. Mm.
Wow. Good thing we didn't have any like actual bananas in here to increase that joke for you there, Freddie. Good thing we did not have that. As we continue. He invites her inside, turning on the light to expose a room with a piano and 2 machines. Seth charismatically plays the piano while Veronica is having a poor feeling about this. He jokes that it is too late for her to leave since she's already seen his invention, calling them designer phone booths, forcing him to smirk and showcase the prototype of his machines. He turns on his telepods, but she doesn't understand their purpose. He asks for something personal of hers to give a demonstration. She decides to take off her stockings since she doesn't wear jewelry, and it's just like, all right.
All right.
I
Yeah.
guess you're comfortable now. Like I thought you were gonna give. Like when I first watched it, I was like, oh okay, yeah, give him your shoe. But
Right.
nope.
Literally anything. No, it was flirtatious
literally
from the
anything
beginning.
else.
It's
Like literally,
you have
give him
keys
your
in your
purse.
pocket. What, you have a purse full of stuff? Little lipstick?
Yeah.
There you go.
Like anything else. But nope. It's a David Cronenberg movie. Gotta make it sexy. He places the stocking in one pod before confirming his voice for the computer, whispering the instructions to begin the teleportation sequence. Insisting that Veronica keep an eye on her stocking, the pod zaps it and she's not impressed. Seth smirks as he shows off the screen, confirming that the stocking has been teleported to the next pod over, opening it up to reveal that her stocking is in fact inside. He simply explains what just happened, knowing that it'll change the world. With excitement, she hits record on her tape recorder, curious how he kept this quiet for so long. While making some coffee, she questions how he's able to do this alone. He admits that he doesn't, outsourcing scientists to build him bits and pieces while he puts it together, never sharing what the project actually is. This is very keen to what Apple does. Like Apple does this a lot with like the people that are working on the iPhone. They're all building bits and pieces of the iPhone, and they're like, I have no idea what I'm building. like I don't know
fair.
what this
Yeah.
phone's gonna look like. They told me to build 3 cameras. That's what I did.
The
I
rest
have
is
no
up to the
idea
other
where that's
teams.
going.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's really interesting how like they do it. And obviously they do it a lot to really just focus on like the secrecy and making sure leaks don't happen and stuff like that. Very terrible at it because leaks always happen. but I'm sure a lot of other tech companies also do this as well, where they'll kind of bring up other types of people in to make sure like things don't get leaked out and like making sure that like things are just kind of kept a little bit more hush hush and quiet. But
Without a
I
doubt.
mean, yeah, so gotta do what you gotta do. Know what I mean? They confirm that Bartok Science pays for all of this. Her timer to change out her tape for her recorder goes off. It confuses him when he realizes that she's been recording this conversation. Seth thought that this was a personal invitation, not realizing that she was a journalist. What?
He 100%
Bullshit.
knew. Yeah.
How did you? What do you mean you didn't
No,
know
he
she was a
knew.
journalist?
He-
Why would you invite
like-
this
yeah, yeah,
person to your
exactly.
house?
The presentation of it all was like, let me impress you real quick with what my discovery is.
Yeah.
It's like, let me drag you out of this party of the potential interviews that you can have because my project is the one you want to have your eyes on and talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
They're
what
like,
did you
what do
think
you
was going to
mean?
happen? It's like, I'm going to promise you a breaking story. Wait. You're going to actually publish this
Wait,
story?
you're
No.
actually-
Yeah, what the fuck?
You're actually gonna write this in a magazine? Oh yeah, no, I can't do that. Like, you
Yeah.
I would have been like, well, why the fuck? You should have just left me at the party then, dude. Like, what? But he didn't. He didn't. I guess this is his style of Riz.
Let
He'll
me tell you my
take what he
secrets.
can
Let's go to
get.
bed.
Yeah, exactly. You're kind of
Oh,
cute.
that's a nice science project. That gets me all ready to go.
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
She stands her journalistic ground as he asks for the tape and not wanting this story to get out. Veronica heads for the exit as he tries to get the tape back, but he allows her to leave after he realizes that she doesn't care to retrieve her stocking back. The following day, Veronica is showing her boss at Particle Magazine, I think it's pronounced Stathis Borans, the recordings. Stathis thinks that she's been scammed. The phone rings with Seth being invited into the office. He allows them to be alone in his office, joking about making other things disappear and it being Veronica. Seth comments about her expedition to showcase the tape, relieved to hear that Stathis doesn't believe it. She wants to continue shopping around the article. He invites her to lunch so they can discuss why he doesn't want this story to be released to the public just yet. And he's like, cheeseburgers. The way that he does it, I'm just
I
like,
love it.
you are creepy, dude.
Yeah,
You want to
you're
get
the-
cheeseburgers?
You're the person they tell the kids to stay away from. Yes.
For real. Like, you are legit the reason why we watch our children.
But she loves it. She's like, you got me.
It works.
I do love
It
a
worked.
cheeseburger. Yep.
Yeah. She was like, I guess this is my life now.
Cut to the diner scene.
Cut to the diner scene. Out at lunch, he shares that the machine isn't ready yet because he can only teleport inanimate objects. She wonders what happens when he tries to teleport living things. He finds it too disgusting to share since they're eating. Veronica explains that the time to share this information is now, and she should be the one to break the story. He agrees that she should be the one to tell the story, but wonders what she has so far, offering her to join him on his journey, gather more information, and craft a book out of it. He finalizes the ending of her book with him teleporting himself. Veronica makes it home, startled by the sound of her shower running, cautiously approaching her bathroom and moving the shower curtain to find her boss taking a shower. Stathis grossly claims that he was in the neighborhood and had a rough day. She flushes the toilet as she leaves, scolding
Hell
the
yeah.
shower's temperature.
Love it. Burn. What a dick.
Dude,
Even-
what in the
just
fucking
imagine-
Harvey Weinstein is going on here?
We get
Like-
the context that they were in a relationship before and they lived together. Okay, I get it. But imagine your significant other that you have ended things with still entering your house. That is
Scary.
terrifying.
Scary.
That is so
Like
scary.
legit scary. Like I could not imagine that from any party. Like that is terrifying.
And the fact that she still works for this guy just boggles my mind. But
oh yeah,
sure.
that's bonkers. I'm just like, is this how they get down in Canada? Like, I would
I'm
not.
too nice to cut ties. What? No,
Fuck
cut those
that
ties.
shit.
Call
Yeah,
the
no,
cops
like,
right now.
and he's a fucking creep, dude.
Oh, for sure.
Like
The whole
he's
movie,
a creep.
yeah.
The way he talks to her, of
Obsessed.
just like, and like it's not even. It's such a degrading way. The way that he talks to her, he's like, "Can I use your body if I agree to?" Like, what? Who the fuck
Right.
talks
Oh,
like
100%.
this?
Yeah.
Like, what a weirdo! Like that was like it was so icky, and I'm
This
just
movie
like,
does really do a good job of idolizing male toxicity, I guess is the best way
Yeah.
to put it. Because I would say both
like
characters
jealousy
are
and
very
insecurities
like,
and all that stuff.
crazy. Yeah. Because both of them are kind of womanizers in a way where they
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
like, oh, I'm better than most people. You should like me. You should care for me. They're entitled.
Yeah.
That's the best way to put it.
And
They're
they have
very
this ego
entitled
that
males. Yeah.
that they feel like they can't deflate or whatever
Yeah,
based
'cause
off
he-
of like
I'm
being
looking
the
at it right
smartest
now.
ones in the room.
He's like, oh, it's cool if I just move back in, right? It's fine. And like, just the way he talks about everything, it's just like, you're just a gross human being.
It just like super nonchalant and shit. I'm just like, oh my god! Like, I can only imagine the amount of discomfort that Veronica felt in that moment. It's just
Right.
so
Oh, the
uncomfortable.
flushing the toilet was nice. That was a good.
Yeah, that was a great touch.
thing to
Great
put in there.
touch.
Oh, yeah.
You can tell she was definitely sick of his shit. like, you can definitely tell she's sick of his shit. I also do want to point out, because we mentioned here that we both agreed that their chemistry with each other, the chemistry between Veronica and Seth, is practically non-existent. And I think the reason why I bring that up is because she has such a well-rounded chemistry in Beetlejuice with
Mm,
her husband in Beetlejuice, where I'm
yeah,
just like, yeah, that is how
that
you
works. Yeah.
that works. Like, and I don't know where, where the loss in translation happened here. I don't know. It just always felt odd to
Must
me.
have
I
been
was
the
just like, yeah, they
cheeseburgers.
must have been the
Just
cheeseburgers, man. Must have been the
yeah.
cheeseburgers. Because how everything happens, like none of this feels gradual at all. It just happens.
Right.
Like none of this feels gradual. Like they're like in a working relationship with one another, and then they're in a relationship with one another. That was it. She wonders how he got inside. He reminds her that he has a key. Frustrated, she agrees that she should have changed the locks. He thinks that she secretly wants him back, but that is far from the truth. He goes to sit next to her on the couch, but she moves away to her coffee table to check her mail and spark a cigarette. He compliments Seth on all of his accomplishments. She claims that she isn't so sure that she's going to continue the story with him. He doesn't feel like that's like her. She skips the bullshit, wanting him to leave, asking for the key back. So initially right here, she's just lying, right? Like she already accepted
Yeah, she wants to
to
derail the
do
conversation. She's
this
like,
book
yeah, it's
deal.
fine. We don't have to do it. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like she's trying to, make sure that like, oh no, this is only my story and kind of keep it like that. He doesn't give it back to her for old time's sake, but does end up leaving. Later on, Seth and Veronica are starting, I would have called the fucking locksmith that
Oh,
goddamn
immediately.
day.
It's like, we're
Like
getting locks right now.
that day.
He's not coming back
Like,
to my house. Yeah.
absolutely not. What do you mean you were in the neighborhood and wanted to take a shower in my shower? No thanks, brother.
Right. And keep a
No
key for
thanks.
old times. What the fuck?
Fuck out of here.
Crazy.
Get out. Later on, Seth and Veronica are starting up another teleportation sequence, testing this on a baboon. Baboon, not baboon, baboon. She records his initiation on the test subject. He leans close to the glass and a bloody hand smacks it. They open it up to the baboon being turned literally inside out, squealing in pain. This was rough.
This was
Goddamn.
absolutely rough.
This was rough.
It was sad.
It was. It definitely was. Veronica films Seth for an interview, even though he's pissed off. She encourages him to share his opinion, no matter the pain that he's feeling in the moment. He shares that he must have gotten something wrong and doesn't want to talk anymore. I'm very, very loosely cutting what he actually says. They're saying a lot of sciencey words.
Fair
I don't
enough.
know what the fuck they're talking about. I don't even think they know what they're talking about. But he was
Yeah.
just like, I must
I
have
think
gotten
it's
the
a-
molecular system wrong in the biology. I'm just like, we're gonna say you're just not happy with your work. We're
Yeah.
gonna
Don't go
leave it
Bill
at
Nye
that.
on this. You lost us here. It's like, come on. But I do like where you can see his real frustration, his real like ego taking a hit. Where he's like, I just can't figure it out. What could it be? He takes this personally. It's like, what are you thinking? Fuck, that's what I'm thinking. That's all I'm thinking about. It's just like, why is this not working? Where
Yeah.
it's a very toxic trait of him. It's like he feels like he's playing God. He feels he's all like really powerful. He does feel like he's truly gonna change the world. And then at the same time, it's like, oh, like there's one thing that's missing is the materialization of living tissue with the teleportation. And he's obsessed by it. And he's
Mhm.
kind of like blinded by his own obsession, which kind of leads him down to that dark pathway that ends up being really bleak for him towards the end, to be honest. And I have to say, the pun is it's really bugging him, you know? He should have had a different career path. Poor guy. I feel bad for him. He should have, focused on trends, maybe been famous in TikTok in the early 2000s, maybe do streaming. If he becomes a fly, that could be his, like, go-to thing. It's like, all right, I'm the fly on the wall here, playing video games. Well, actually, if he does become a streamer, he might get swatted.
He did say that he wanted to be like a politician, the first insect politician.
There you go.
Which, yeah, there you go. I do have some things about that part when we get there that I find to be really interesting, but we'll get there.
Okay.
Shortly afterward, he's chilling in bed while Veronica is in a rocking chair. She's curious as to why he wears the same clothes. He explains that his clothes are clean. She checks his closet to reveal that he literally has the exact same wardrobe. It
It's the
was
same
it
sets.
felt so funny. It felt like a cartoon. Yeah, like how cartoon characters always have the same clothes just to save money
Right.
for animators, but like it just felt like that. And it was so funny. She offers to make him a steak, which turns into them
Oh, that's love
flirting for a
language.
little bit
Oh,
before them
100%.
just doing the do. And this is when she calls him. She's like, Q's like, we can go out to eat, and she's like, you're cute, and then she's, am I?
That's it. It's like, am I cute?
And then
Oh,
they
you're
start
on
kissing.
top of me. Okay,
That's it.
there you go.
That is literally the cusp of their love story. That's how it
Yeah.
happened.
I really
no
loved the
build-up.
scene where they learned about each other and kind of got grounded and to know their
We don't even know what her like. We what like the way that they did this was so funny to me. Where it's just like zero build-up, just nothing came to
I think
this.
we're missing the overlying thing. It's the Jeff Goldblum effect. I think it's something no one can resist.
No one can resist. Yeah, I guess that is it. No one can resist. He also liked to really have his shirt off in this movie.
A lot in the scenes.
A
Yes.
lot. And he's
Yeah.
sweaty a lot in this movie as well. He's a very sweaty man. It was
Even he was
something.
glistening.
All the time. Like I can only
Yeah.
imagine the costume department having to just spritz him constantly
little
with
mist.
fucking like oil and shit.
Like,
Like,
hey,
that
can we do
man
a
was
quick
so
cut
wet.
real quick? He's not glistening that much this scene.
It's
like, all right, get him in.
Thank you, darling. I'm like, "Sure."
Remember, it's supposed to be contrast, beauty before the disgustingness. It's like we have to make him look as good as possible.
I don't know if there's a guarantee if we can check this or not, but I feel like Heath Ledger based his Joker character on the mannerisms of Jeff Goldblum, because it just
Oh.
feels very similar to how. I want to know how I got these scars.
You're
A
saying
lot
that
of
Jeff Goldblum
like a
could be the
lot of
next,
lip licking
Joker.
and shit, and it's just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's weird.
it is.
Not to say that Jeff Goldblum's weird, but he's very eccentric, and it's just like I feel like Heath Ledger, studied him or something to make that role come to life.
Yeah.
Anyway, with I digress. With a little bit of aftercare, Seth has a pain from a chip stuck in his back. Now, this is where it all starts, folks. This is because of this and the mixture of the fly. This is how it happens, man. This is how it happens. Should have put a Band-Aid on it. Veronica takes it out and kisses it before gently biting him. Veronica, she was into it, my dude. She
Yeah.
comments about flesh making people crazy, which she used the analogy of like babies here. And I was just like,
Oh,
what?
pitching baby cheeks. I'm like, what the fuck? is
Yeah,
this
she's like, 'cause
conversation?
you just can't get enough. And I'm just like, you can.
Like,
and you
oh,
should.
people love skin so much, you gotta touch it. That's the missing formula. Skin, the affection of it, wanting it. I'll teach my computer this. What do you mean? What does that?
Like
what's
ravioli,
happening?
ravioli.
Eureka! Skin. We're all addicted
Oh.
to skin.
Yeah.
It's like,
Which
Okay.
gives him an idea to try another experiment. He cuts into a raw piece of steak, which was interesting because that wasn't skin. That's like
Right.
muscle and like that's meat. Like that's not
Right.
skin.
so it's like
But he
maybe the
cuts into a
obsession
raw
of flesh in a way.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when he does this, he places it on a plate and then feeds it to the pod. He cooks two pieces, one being the one that was teleported and the other being the one that wasn't. The first one she mentioned tastes like steak, but the second one she mentions tastes more synthetic. Proving that the computer is given its interpretation of the steak, Seth concludes that something is getting lost in the translation for the computer. He simplifies that he needs to teach the computer about flesh. Veronica is feeling our boy as she gets ready to go, glancing back at his incognito trap house. As she's leaving, Stathis is in the only
So
car on the
creepy.
block that she doesn't even notice. She just drives right past it. Not like who else would be here?
Right. Oh, it's the other scientists across the other building. Building something else. Craziness.
They're all waving.
Hey guys, hope your experiments are going well.
He shows up at the store that she's shopping at, admitting to following her, knowing that she stayed with Seth all night.
The confrontation at like a store is hilarious.
And no one steps in. Like, no one
No,
finds
everyone's
this
like,
weird.
"Sure,
He's
go for
on
it."
his fucking knees. And like, no one's like finding this odd or anything. And she's just going to pay for her clothes. And she's like, don't worry about that. Like, no, I'm worried. Are you safe right now? Like, he's pissed, taking the jacket that she picked out for Seth, throwing it back at her with his crude reactions toward her professionalism. And by crude, she's just like, I'm on to something really big. He's like his cock. And like, what? the
All right,
fuck?
that part I completely forgot about because I've only seen this, like I said, twice. And that was kind of funny. I was like, damn, okay, relax.
She should have just hit him with like, yeah, and it's bigger than yours or something. Like, she should have just
Yeah,
like fucking just like piss him off or something
Throw it
even
back
more.
at him.
Just like,
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here. You're beneath me. As he's on his hands and knees, she reminds him that they're through and she can sleep where or whoever she wants to. Back at Seth's lab, another trial on a baboon, this time successful.
When you mentioned that, like, oh, the workers are not doing anything, it's funny because now I paid attention watching it when you
They're
explained
all
that.
just staring at them.
No, it's really fun. There's a guy in the background while they're having this huge confrontation, just folding clothes. Like nothing's happening. He's just constantly folding clothes the entire scene in the background. It's just like, yes. Hey, extra. All you have
Just
to
a
do
normal
is be
day at
folding
Macy's.
clothes. Yeah, continue. We don't look up. Don't look at the actors. Don't interact with them. Just fold clothes. And it's really noticeable once you see it. It's just like, oh, that's funny.
What if that was a request from Gina Davis and she was just like, I don't want a single actor fucking looking at me. Like, I don't want
Yeah, if
a
it's not Jeff
single one of
Goldblum, I
them.
don't
Like, what if
want
she
it.
just turned out to just be like a horrible person?
It's like, no one look at
I'm
me
sure
on
Gina
set.
Davis is a very
Director,
sweet
turn
person,
around.
but,
I'll
like,
tell you if the
it
shot's
would've
good.
been
Yeah.
funny. Oh man.
No, she seems sweet.
Oh goddamn. She does. She seems like a sweet woman for sure. Like she's. I feel like we don't get enough Gina Davis anymore. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
feel like we don't get enough.
she's an icon. She's a horror icon.
Oh, for sure. Like she's great. She's absolutely great. I mean, probably my favorite movie, fucking tangent. Probably my favorite movie from her, like in terms of like her best acting role, was A League of Their Own. Just her comedic delivery on absolutely everything. I was just like, she's fucking awesome. Like Gina Davis is genuinely like, she is an absolute like icon. She's such a peach. As the animal runs into his arms from the telepod, celebration time as the two share some champagne and a kiss. He wants to send the baboon out for tests to make sure that he's okay. She brings up the opportunity for the two of them to go on vacation together.
Oh.
Loving this idea, he wants to continue the celebration by ordering some takeout. Veronica spots the package that was slipped underneath the door by Stathis. She opens it to reveal the particle cover, having Seth and his idea of teleportation. She tells him that she has to leave for a couple of hours to get rid of the, quote, the residue from another life, end quote. And I'm like, right now? You have to
Like,
do
I gotta
this
do
now?
what I gotta do. Gotta stop this and nip it in the butt now. It's like
It
he's
was-
gonna
that-
steal
that
my
was- that
story.
was
By the
weird.
way, the cover was actually a pretty good cover.
It was a pretty sick
It's
cover.
very
It
nice.
was a
I'll
pretty
read
sick
it.
cover.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
article.
Veronica brings the package down to Stathis, demanding that he explain what's going on. He reminds her that she's his editor and he's trusting her instinct. She doesn't think he has much value since this is her story. He rebuts that he was the one to send her to the Bartok party, making her discovery, well, his discovery. Sharing all the information that he's found on Seth and his invention, Veronica argues her point about being right in the middle of all of this, surprised by his agreement, only wanting to be informed as a quote-unquote friend and a professional confidant, not wanting her to leave his life. She agrees before he then asks about the possibilities of them now having sex. Cool.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Seth is piecing together that Veronica is trying to get rid of an old boyfriend. really smart guy because he immediately like, it's Stathis. like just like immediately
it
was
out.
just
Damn it.
I figured it out. It's Stathis. He is speaking to the baboon, apologizing for killing his brother, willing to put himself inside the telepod next. The monkey swats at a fly buzzing around him. Seth believes that he's all right, chugging some champagne before getting ready to throw himself inside the pod. Where do you think the fly came from? Because like he's floors up.
I mean, we talked about it, the baboon, his big revenge tale. So, in the uncut scene that was taken out of the movie, he actually went outside, found the fucking fly, stuck it into his hole, went back through the window, released the fly into the window, and actually whispered to its ear, and I guess full-on monkey tells him, and the fly understood, go into the machine, go to the machine.
Go into the machine.
You'll be cool.
This is our time.
It'll make you fly twice as fast. He lies to the
Our
fly.
time is now.
Fly buys
Yeah,
it.
you're probably right. You're
He's
probably
like,
right.
I can fly twice as fast. I'm in. Goes into the pod. All part of the baboon's
It's
plan.
like, yo, it's like, bruh, say less. You just had to start with that. like,
so.
But
That's how
I
it got
genuinely
in.
do think the fly came from the meat. Like, I wonder if they just didn't
Oh,
like throw out
fair.
the trash or something. Like, maybe that was something that like it sparked the bacteria and kind of went from there. But
Especially
know.
maybe the synthetic meat that rotted earlier
Maybe.
or faster or something.
yeah, maybe it
Or
dies
she ate
faster or
that.
something.
The
That's
crazy
gross,
part
yeah.
is that he fed that to her. And was like,
yeah, I
this
was
is
just like,
okay.
you try it. Like, what the fuck? I don't want to try
yeah.
it. You try it.
What kind of
You know
test
what
is
a
this?
steak tastes like too. Why do I need to try it?
Right. It's like, oh, and they made it sound really dark too, where it's like, where'd you get the steaks? And he said something about a dead monkey during the conversation of them cooking the steak, and I was like, did they cook the fucking monkey? There's a moment where I thought it, but
I hope not.
I don't think they did, which is good. But that could be part of the revenge story too. So
My brother.
you murdered an ape.
I stood in this cage and watched you
That was the last
devour my
mistake that
brother
you do. Yeah, exactly.
right in front
Like,
of me eyes.
Now you're
This
getting
is your
cooked.
ass, fly man. This is your ass. While he's sitting in the pot, I don't even know what accent that was.
Yeah,
While
I
he's sitting in the pot,
I loved it. It was good. The sequel to this movie was also pretty good. It was called Monkey Man. It was one of the monkey and the man
from
once
Hey
had the same
Arnold?
pod. That's
Monkey Man. While he's sitting in the pod, he doesn't realize the fly is inside the pod with him. I love the way he's sitting there too. Like if you're watching the video podcast, like he's like sitting there crouched, and he's just like all mysterious and
With
shit.
his
He's just
hand
like,
out.
you could tell like bro is definitely just trying to cover his dangling, but but it looked hard though. Like the way he was doing it,
like the
it
Terminator
looks sick.
stance when they get teleported
Yeah,
to in the way.
exactly.
Could be a nice little callback. Yeah.
He zaps to another pod, confidently exiting the pod. The baboon jumps on him, happy to see him, as Seth questions if he's different.
It's like, yes, my plan worked. He's not excited to see him.
He was. Veronica walks back into the lab to find Seth resting. She gently kisses him awake. He reveals that he went through the pod last night. He ignores her worries about him possibly killing himself, getting up to ask about her sexual involvements with Stathis. She briefly goes over their history before asking about his teleportation, or his transportation, I should say. Or no, teleportation's right. Sitting on his lap to kiss him for taping his experience. Her hand brushes across his back to something growing out of the scratches on his back from the chip, and this is where it all kind of began, right? Like, I guess if he wouldn't have had that scratch, then this might not have happened. I guess I don't know what else would have happened.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
It's not really clear, but I mean, we're not scientists, so there you go. Buzzing sounds wake Seth up as he catches a fly in his hands. He's surprised, releasing the fly before getting up. In the morning, Veronica gets up searching for Seth, finding him all sweaty, standing in the middle of the room. He goes to sit down, but performs calisthenics as if he's been doing this shit for centuries. Both of them were shocked at his new immense amount of strength that we needed to watch this for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's funny because, like, sure, you can, like, learn that you have, like, strength and some extra ability to do things, but, like, you're doing full-on
yeah.
gymnastics that someone
Bro.
would have trained to know how to do these formations and like
Yeah. It's like he watched the Olympics once and he was just like, I know everything.
I can do that. I feel like I woke up today and I could do that. But I would say this: when he does like the pole thing and then like runs up against the ceiling, that was cool.
That was sick.
That was dope.
That was so fucking cool. It was so cool that Veronica is like so hot and bothered right now. She was like, I am so ready to take this dude's pants off right now. Like, she's like, the way she's staring at him is just like, not, oh my God, how are you
like,
doing
oh my
this?
God,
it's very
I'm about
much
to drop
like,
your
let's
fly.
go back to bed right now.
Exactly.
Like she is so ready for like, no wonder you got pregnant, girl. Like, what the fuck? We cut to the couple. Seth wearing his new jacket, buying a heart-shaped necklace for Veronica. I don't even know if he bought that. He just put it on her neck and they just started kissing. If I were like, dude, you gotta pay for that. Whispering something in her ear that makes her kiss him. At a restaurant, he is excitedly explaining how excited he is to be himself while putting a shit ton of sugar into his coffee. His speech becomes more and more sporadic and frantic, causing him to bang on the table for the waiter's attention to get him a cannoli. Cut to them having sex, apparently for hours, when Veronica is done, but he wants to keep going. His face is full of spots and pimply scars as she continues to kiss him, feeling the hair is coming out of his wound. He gives a half-ass explanation about having more hair on his body, but she has also noticed the coarseness of his skin. She pulls away to grab some scissors. He follows to eat a tub of ice cream. She goes to snip some of his hairs, commenting on their toughness. He springs up, wanting to teleport her neck straight to a message from our sponsor. And we're back. Instead, he wants to put her into his telepod. She is not having it, though. Good for her for standing her ground. She was like, I said no. Like, I do not want to be a part of this. I'm not going to fuck with
it. Exactly. It's just like, I'm scared of it. Like, I'm not going to do it.
I'm here to write stories. Like, I'm here to write stories.
Good for her.
Like, I do not test that thing out on me. Because initially, that's what he's doing. He would be testing it on her next. He's just like, I'm good. Like, no, I'm.
It's like, we could be the ultimate couple. We could be the ultimate duo. It's like, relax.
Nah.
It's like, you just can't have sex with me for hours? I hate you. Like,
yeah, dude, like that whole thing was
mad about it too,
Yeah, he was very upset about that. He was just like, come on, just a little bit more. And I'm just like, dude, no.
Yeah,
like,
get
off of her. Like, get the fuck away from her. But yeah. She snatches her hand away, shouting that she doesn't want to do it. He calls her a drag, and she knows that something isn't right and that something happened to him when he went through. Pissed, he wants to find someone else who is willing to take the plunge into the quote-unquote plasma pool and go beyond the quote-unquote veil of flesh. That would be such a sick name for a fucking deathcore band. Veil of Flesh.
The Veil of Flesh, yeah.
Oh, dude. I can hear him now. Like, self-titled song, self-titled EP. So.
And it just repeats the same name over and over again.
That's the same thing that over. Flash. Just every single, just trying to get more and more dramatic with their
flash, veil of flesh. It's like, whoa. I'm kind of digging it. It's just like good.
Yeah. And with just the hardest flesh at the end. Seth leaves her there and goes inside a bar, flirting with a woman who's watching two men arm wrestle while he eats a chocolate bar. The way he eats is also really weird. Like, he takes like little tiny bites. I don't know if you notice that. Like, he like nibbles at it.
Yeah, because he can't have like solid foods or whatever, but he can like.
Yeah, like, I guess like a fly, like he takes little pieces of it to fit into his mouth or whatever. But it was just, it's interesting. Betting them both that he can beat them, wanting to take Tawny home if he wins. Mark agrees, struggling to get Seth's arms down. He starts oozing something out of his hand before putting the pressure on Mark, snapping his wrist and exposing the bone. Without hesitation, he takes Tawny by the hand and leaves with her.
And they're off.
They're off. Off to the races. While they're walking on the street, he wants to take her back to his place. He takes her to a few more bars before they end up back at his lab. Not moving fast enough for Seth, he picks her up and brings her inside, immediately showing her how the telepods work by teleporting himself. While Tawny is sitting in a chair, impressed but not fully understanding what she's impressed about, he approaches her, practically smothering her with his body. This was so weird. Like, he was like literally on top of her face. Like,
Yeah. He like comes out of
Like,
that
you-
part. He's like, all right, let me
like
slow walk
Yeah.
you real quick and get on top of you. And we're like, weren't you amazed by what you just saw?
it was so weird. Like, he literally climbs on her and like puts his body on her face. And like at first she's like moaning or whatever, and then eventually goes like, I'm like, he's gonna fucking smother her. Like, he's going to smother her. Afterward, he sits on the bed picking at his skin, ignoring Tawny's want to go out for breakfast statement because he wants her to go inside the telepod. This is also really interesting too. It gets me curious based off of like him picking at himself, and you could see like the deterioration of his body and his body initially failing him, right? You could just think like by looking at him, you're just like, I imagine what that can smell like. Like, I feel like I know what that smells like. Like,
Right.
he just looked vile, and it didn't look good. What was
I feel
happening
like
to him.
I don't know if this movie has a little bit of symbolism about like addiction and maybe drug use, where he's so obsessed with his invention and he can't stop and he's addicted to it. That's constantly like consuming from him from the inside out. It kind of makes sense for it, where it's like, yeah, he's literally just deteriorating the more he's more obsessed with it and wants other
Mhm.
people to be a part of it as well.
Yeah, I think it's also a play on like STDs as
Sure.
well,
Yeah.
right? Because like, I mean, he had this moment where he was just like to Veronica, where he's like, no, don't come next to me. You know, I don't know if it's contagious, right? So like, it does feel a little bit like that in terms of like passing this on, and you even see in the passage of like lineage, right, where when she gets pregnant or finds out that she's pregnant, it's
God,
like,
that was
yeah,
yeah.
like it's
Wild.
like, oh,
Yes.
like this could be another pass down of whatever he has. He could have possibly passed it down to my child or whatever, right? So it's interesting. It's interesting to kind of see it play like that, and I think that's a testament to the filmmaking aspect of it too, right? Because like there are parts where David Cronenberg is like very, very dramatic with his camera movement versus other sections where he's a little bit more like reserved with how he's filming something. I'm trying to convince her, but she doesn't want to go. She tries to rub him down with alcohol.
Hmm.
What? Maybe it's because I don't drink, but is this a thing? People just rub people down with alcohol? Like,
I think it was like rubbing alcohol to see if it's like, oh, let me fix your
no, I think
infection
it
type
was
of thing. I don't
alcohol
know.
because
She
it was
just
in
like,
it was in like
vodka.
a scotch glass.
Yeah.
Anyway, he smacks the glass out of her hand. He was like, "No, that hurts."
Yeah, it's an open wound. Of course it hurts. Yeah.
He's like, that hurts. No. And then he winces in pain from her touch. He pulls her toward the machine, stopping when Veronica is standing right there. Tawny dips as Veronica explains how much he's changing and how shitty he looks and smells. She shares that the hair growing out of his back isn't human and most likely insect hairs. He finds that to be silly and ridiculous, ignoring everything that Veronica is pointing out about there being more hairs and his face looking worse. Seth shouts that she's jealous since he's been freed, proving that he's not sick by punching the beam. He's like, "Will a sick person do this?" And she's like, "Kinda."
Yeah.
Like, maybe mentally,
Okay.
like, you know, like,
Yeah, it's
like,
You're one of those people that put holes in the walls. Gotcha.
yep.
Right
Yep.
on.
Red flag, red flag, red
Right,
flag.
You're not sick at all. You're cured.
You're cured. You're so cured that you don't need me anymore. He kicks her out, demanding that she not come back. I mean, she's sobbing. You know, she's like so
Yeah.
heartbroken at this moment. Seth goes to look at himself in the mirror, noticing that the hair growing out of his face. He tries to use his razor to shave it off, but it isn't
No.
working. He bites one of his fingernails off before pushing from the open bed and pus squirting out. Ew.
Ugh.
continuing to pick and
Yeah.
pull more of his nails
Ugh,
off
nope.
as he
Skipping.
secretes more and more, sitting on the edge of the tub, realizing that he did, in fact, fuck up. Like something is
What does
wrong
that
with
mean?
me, and he officially knows.
At this moment, he knew he
knew
fucked up.
he fucked up. Like it's just, it was Dunsky's. At his computer, he double checks the data to see what possibly happened during his teleportation, finding that a second element was inside of the pod with him. When the sequence is run, it is confirmed that there was a fly that was inside the pod with him. I love how this shows it too. It's like it literally shows like a computer graphic of a fly or something else. Like,
Yeah.
what is this? What in
It's
the
like
chat
a bunch of like
GPT is
data
going
falling
on here?
in, and it's like the Matrix, and then it's like, oh, here's a hologram. Oh, here's the actual diagram of a fly.
Of a
It's like,
fly. It's
what's
just like,
happening?
what? It's like, okay.
Computing,
Like, 'cause
computing. Make an
That's
image.
totally how computers worked in the 80s.
Please wait while
Uh,
AI generates image. Here's
But
a
like
fly.
legit, this is legit like ChatGPT before ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Like he literally asked the computer questions and it feeds him back questions or answers to him. It was interesting. I was just like, huh. All right.
Sketch.
Bro ChatGPT's his computer to learn what happened to the fly. It concludes that the fly's molecular structure is fusing with his. Meanwhile, Veronica is smoking a cigarette before receiving a call from Seth. She wonders where these past 4 weeks, guys, when I tell you that this movie literally went from the scene of him telling her to
Fighting.
fuck off, and then him finding and learning that he has a fly inside of him, to her
4
now
weeks.
being called.
Yeah.
That is supposed to be a 4-week span.
Hell, give us a transition of like a random street with a taxi driving by that says 4
Something.
weeks later.
Something. Like it was just the conclusion of us getting here. I'm just like, the Cronenberg's editing style is so intriguing to me. Like, I love Cronenberg. Don't get me wrong. I love David Cronenberg. I hate the way he edits movies. I hate it. I hate the way he edits movies. like I just, it is so jarring the way he does this. It is just so jarring to me.
Yeah.
But
It's like at the end of a scene, it's like, all right, next. It's like, whoa,
exactly.
There-
Like
there
it's
should be
it's
an
literally
there should be an
literally is
in-between. It just jumps to
that.
the next segment.
It literally is that. Like I picture, I've never read a Cronenberg script, but I picture a Cronenberg script being like next. Like as he's done writing a scene and then it just jumps to the next scene, literally jumps to the next scene. No transitions,
Yeah.
nothing.
It's like
Just jumps
opening
to the next
scene,
scene.
person gives birth. Second scene, person is getting married after being grown for so long. What? What happened to their
It
childhood? What
skips
happened
their
to
entire
their babies?
childhood process.
like-
and that
and as
person who
they
just had that
kiss,
baby.
We transition
kid
to the
got
kiss
married.
goodbye at the funeral. What the fuck? It's like, yo, 3 scenes just happened. I saw a birth, fucking marriage, and death in like 10 minutes. What just happened?
And you're like, I don't even know if this is supposed to be the same person.
Wait, is this the cold open? What is this movie?
Then credits. He shares that he's gotten much worse, wanting her to come over to see him. When she enters the lab, she calls out to Seth, and he's fucked up, walking with 2 canes and shit. And he was just like, bro, literally 2 scenes ago, you were like fucking doing calisthenics in your chair. And now you're like an 80-year-old decrepit man. Wanting her to stay back so she doesn't get infected, admitting that she was right and that the fusion is happening rapidly. Blaming his outcome on not having inner purity, he explains what happened on that day. Confusing the computer on what to do, splicing the 2 of them together, he confirms that he's no longer Seth. She grabs a hold of his arm, wondering what she could do to help him. He explains how he would deteriorate until he dies, not wanting to stay alive since the effects can't be reversed. He grabs onto I don't know what that was, a bagel or something. It looked like a small bagel or a donut. I don't know what the fuck
Yeah.
he grabbed. Regurgitating on it and understanding how gross that was, because like that
culture.
literally he was preparing to eat it. Like that's what happened in that moment. He was literally being a fly, secreting whatever flies secrete before they eat something. Ew. His ear falls off midway. He admits to just how scared he is, pleading for her help. And you feel for this fucking guy though. Like
Yeah.
You're like, goddamn. Like, this dude was over here just trying to save the world, and he bit off too much he can chew.
And you can see how badly it affected him in this moment. The makeup
Oh, yeah, it fucked
effects
him up.
are
This rocked his
so
world.
good. And she's like, sit down, listen to me, lend me your ear. And he does. And then they have this really sweet conversation. But you can tell that she also feels really bad for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can see how gooey he is, and it looks really disgusting.
And that's a perfect
It's
way
like
to
the
explain
drool
it. Gooey.
just coming off him. He just looks gooey.
He's a very gooey,
gooey guy.
But like, he's literally he's shedding tears, and like, it's actually pretty amazing that Jeff Goldblum was still able to portray such sadness while
Through all this makeup too, and being
with all through all this makeup, like the way he portrayed sadness through the makeup.
Terrible to keep up with these scenes, but yes.
That's probably why it fucking is filmed the way it's filmed. That's probably why it's edited this way. Next, let's just we'll juxtapose.
Next stage of Fly. Can we get him
juxtapose everything.
Stage? Yeah.
We need zero context. Don't worry about that shit. It's just 0,
just
100.
Body
Let's
parts
go.
Inside cabinets, and they'll explain this mid story of him.
That's
losing
it.
More body
That's
parts.
all we
There you
need.
go. Done.
Put a finger in there. Put some teeth. Add the ear to let them know this is where he places his body parts.
Imagine, I'm just even thinking about how quickly he edited stuff. It's like, imagine if he like did other movies, like say like Lord of the Rings. It's like, all right, we have to get this ring to the volcano.
Lord of the Rings would
Next
probably
scene,
be
he
way
just
shorter.
throws the fucking ring in the volcano. It's like, all right, that journey was crazy. Credits.
Smeagol. Now Smeagol.
All right. That's it.
Veronica goes to Stathis, and he doesn't want her to go back to him. She tries to convince him otherwise, but all he thinks about is having her body after this. He literally says that. He literally says, "Can I have your body after this?" What?
It's fucking crazy.
Dude.
Who's the real monster? They're both monsters, but yes.
Yeah, but I don't know. Stathis is definitely
A whole different level.
fucking disgusting. First of all, why are you going to him? Like, you don't know any other scientists?
For real.
Like, what the? Like, you're
honest.
going to this guy who was a failed scientist, became a fucking publisher, a magazine publisher.
To highlight
he-
other
he
people's
failed at
success, not
science.
your own. Deep. That's why
Deep.
he's the way he is. He's like,
That's
I have
why the way he
to
is.
publish the celebrations of other people's success because I couldn't get my own.
Yep.
Justice.
Justice. He offers to think about it if she records Seth and shows him. Veronica goes back over to the lab, finding Seth climbing on the ceiling.
How did they do it?
Gone with the canes. These results don't scare him anymore, but rather excite him for the quote-unquote disease showing its true purpose. He believes that the disease wants to turn him into something else, joking about it, turning him into a 185-pound fly, calling himself Brundlefly, which Brundle is his last name, by the way. Pulling over the camera for her to record, cut to Stathis viewing that tape as Veronica comes in sobbing, heading straight to the bathroom to reveal that she's pregnant. When I tell you these edits are fucking bonkers, we have a scene of him being recorded, cool transition to the recording going straight to Stathis, but then we have Veronica come back home to reveal that she's pregnant. Where is this? Where are we?
It's like, I went to record this person. Oh, you're watching the video? I'm pregnant. What? What?
That is literally the scene. This all happens in 30 seconds, everyone. I am
This is
not
literally-
bullshitting.
After I get mind blown, it's like, how did they do the wall climbing and the camera is still doing one take and bringing him down and he's on the side. I'm like, I don't know how the fuck they filmed it, but beautiful. And then I was just like, oh, she's pregnant. What the fuck?
All of this is in a span of 30 to 45 seconds. Like, I shit you
Yeah.
fucking not. Like, it is crazy. It is crazy. The editing style is like someone snorted cocaine and just hit the space bar on every single transition. like it's just, oh my God. She reveals that she's pregnant with Seth's baby, not knowing what to do about it. Stathis takes her to the hospital, trying to reassure her that she's making the right decision. She isn't so sure if she wants to lose the baby, as Dr. Cronenberg, this is great, helps her take out the remnants of the potential mutant baby. He tells her to push, but she keeps calling out for them to wait before they pull out a large larvae. And Veronica is screaming like bloody murder until she wakes up from this nightmare.
Looks good.
Meanwhile, or maybe this isn't a meanwhile, maybe this is 2 months later, Seth makes the Brundlefly project on his computer with the goal to, quote, decrease to a minimum the percentage of fly in Brundlefly, end quote. Sometimes this guy writes like Dr. Seuss. It's hilarious. He believes the solution is to fuse with more pure human subjects. He asks for a request, but the computer can no longer recognize his voice. He sheds a single tear as his teeth begin to fall out. This could have been a completely different movie in this point. Instead of him trying to utilize Veronica, if he would have then just started hunting people
Right.
and like drugging them and then taking them back to try to make this work, and like he's just continuously trying, that would have been crazy, man. That would have been crazy. You know, they did make a Fly too, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah.
That
When
was a
you when
choice.
you said it earlier, I thought you were genuinely about to talk about the actual sequel. It came out, I think, like 3 years after this. I've never seen it, but the director was Chris Wallace, but it's in the perspective of a person named Martin Brundle. So I assume that she had the kid.
Hmm.
That's the assumption here. Now I'm curious because now I don't know. We're gonna do quick spoiler plot here. Yeah, because the tagline is like father, like son. So it says several months after events of The Fly, Veronica gives birth to a larval sac and dies. The sac splits open to reveal a seemingly normal baby boy. Anton Bartok, the owner of the company that financed Seth Brundle's teleportation experiments, adopts the child and names him Martin. Martin grows up in a clinical environment. His physical and mental maturity is highly accelerated, and he possesses a genius level of intellect, incredible reflexes, and no need for sleep. Amazing! He knows he is aging faster than a normal human, but is unaware of the true cause, having been told his father died from the same rapid aging disease. I wish they didn't do that. I wish they, because this wasn't technically a disease. Literally, this is his own fault.
Right. They took the science out of it a little bit.
Yeah. Like, I wish they wouldn't have
It
gone
was
that
written
route.
by Mick Garris, by the way, too. Interesting.
It was written by a lot of people. Mick
That's
Garris,
also
Frank
true.
Darabont, Jim Wheat, and Ken Wheat, which Frank Darabont and Mick Garris have worked together on a few
On a few
projects in the
stuff, yeah,
past.
yeah.
And Frank Darabont's an incredible writer. He did Shawshank Redemption. He wrote Green Mile for the screen.
The Mist, The Walking Dead stuff.
He wrote
yeah.
The Mist is probably the one that a lot of people know as well. But like, yeah, he's
stuff.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
He wrote
Collateral, fuck.
a lot of shit.
Or he produced Collateral. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Nice.
he wrote a lot of shit. He even wrote Dream Warriors as well. A lot of people don't know that.
Sick.
He wrote Dream Warriors. One of the best Nightmare on Elm Streets. He also wrote The Blob as well. So there you go. Anyway, back to this shit. Placing them inside the medicine cabinet with the rest of his body parts that fell off, Veronica comes inside shocked at his new appearance. He creeps toward the door, twitching as he wonders why she's there. This was great with the twitching, and he was just like, like it was great. The only thing that I wish they would have like done, like had him do like a method where he's like trying to clean himself or something, because apparently that's what flies do. They like rub their legs together to clean themselves, and they're clean their wings and all this other stuff.
Yeah,
Flies are so gross.
Villain stuff. The little
Yeah,
hands.
exactly. Yeah, they're little whatever, those feelers.
Yeah.
They're so gross. They're so gross. We had like a terrible fly problem when we moved to our new house. Like, it was terrible. Like, literally our backyard was like infested with these fucking flies. And it turns out it was because of my neighbor's peach tree. So I had to ask him to cut it down, or at least like cut it back. I didn't tell him to cut it completely down. I think he got really pissed at me because he just completely just got rid of it. He just got rid of
Oh,
the
wow.
tree. And I was just like, okay.
It's like, fine.
But problem was solved.
Very-
So whatever. He creeps toward the door, twitching as he wonders why she's there. It is hard for her to speak as she sobs. Seth speaks for her, demanding that she leave and not come back. Before she leaves, he rants about how insects don't have politics and can be brutal creatures without compassion. Disagree here. there's a lot of insect politics. Bees, for perfect example, that's a huge political form of insects. Bees
Right.
literally have jobs. And like each bee has a job to do a certain thing. And like, for example, males, they're literally there to just mate with the queen and then die. That is their job. What? Ants. Another perfect example. Ants literally
Right.
have a political system. Like, did you not see A Bug's Life? Like, what the fuck? But anyway,
Have you not seen the
what do
movie Ants? and the
have you not seen
Grasshoppers?
Ants? Also, I do actually prefer Ants over A Bug's Life, but
Oh, for sure, easily. The rain scene, fucking, it's a war zone.
yeah, dude.
It's
Oh my
wild.
god. Wanting to become the first insect politician, she doesn't understand what he's trying to say. He admits that he was an insect that dreamed he was a man, but now that dream is over. Fucking bars,
Mm.
bro.
Mm.
One of my favorite
I
lines.
heard
in
that's
this
going to be the
movie.
next J. Cole album.
What?
Fall off.
The fall off.
one of the lyrics.
Okay. is that what he says?
No, it's definitely-
Yeah, okay.
I
I was
just
like,
knew there was a
I
new
don't
J.
know.
Cole
I don't know
album coming out
anything
soon.
about the next J. Cole album. Obviously, I need to be on game. Know that he'll hurt her if she stays. She sobs, but understands that he's right leaving. Seth sobs at his decision. Veronica comes downstairs to Stathis, wanting to get the baby out right now. He thinks that it is a good idea for her to wait a little bit, but she wants this out of her right now. Seth watches from the roof as they drive away. Cut to Veronica and Stathis at the hospital speaking with Dr. Brent about the abortion. He is hesitant to give her the abortion, offering to take tests first. Veronica speaks that she wants to have an abortion while willing to do it herself if she has to. Brutal. With that, he takes her to the room for her to get undressed. While alone in the room, Seth then just fucking bursts through the window, taking her away.
Fly man.
Oh my god! And she's like, "Oh my god!" And he just fucking takes her away. He picks her up
Where
and
the
fucking
fuck
literally.
is Batman?
Where are you, Batman?
There's a villain origin story happening right now, and he's not around.
Kill him! Like, he takes her to a rooftop, pleading for her not to kill his offspring and for her to have the baby. But she's too afraid to go through with it. He calls out that being too bad. Stathis shows up at Seth's lab, cautiously moving about inside, but it is quiet. Taking his serene moment to assemble his shotgun. Why wouldn't you just have that already?
Like ready
done?
to go,
Like
before
what
you know
the
it.
fuck? Like.
without a doubt.
He checks the computer for the gene splicing methodology where Seth plans on using the third pod. He doesn't notice Seth crawling about above him as he approaches the pod. Seth jumps down on top of him, pushing Stathis down, picking him back up to vomit acid on his hand.
Yep.
He screams in pain, falling to the ground, reaching for the gun with his foot. More vomit on Stathis' leg happens right after that. And right before Seth is about to take a bite, Veronica stops him. She's on the roof. No! Hey!
Hey.
No!
No more vomit.
Please stop it. He crawls on the
gross.
ceiling, asking her to help him be human. He explains that he'll fuse them all together, coming out of the third pod together and as one initially. And he was like, we could be the ultimate family. Me, you, and the baby. Oh my God.
Well, I would have loved to see what that would have been like.
Dude.
It's like the movie Together. It's actually really like a normal person.
Maybe. Or it
go.
could have been
There you
like
go.
an Evil Dead Rise, where
Mm.
it's like
Oh
all
my
of them
God.
just
Yeah,
a
that'd be
mesh
sick.
pod of them being together.
All sticking out. Yeah, that'd be
That would have
sick.
been fucking awesome. That would have been awesome. I might watch that tonight. I kind of been craving to watch
Yeah.
Evil Dead Rise.
Shout out to our boy Dim. I saw he was watching it tonight.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah. Oh yeah, because he just got the Arrow. Yeah, he got
Oh,
he
did
got
he?
the Arrow
Hell yeah.
release. Yeah. Which I think
Great
also
movie.
Johnny got that too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Shout out to Johnny. Shout out to Dem. Shout out to everybody picking
Shout
up
out
the
to
Arrow
the
shit.
Ghoulish Nights just watching cool
Shout out
shit.
to the Ghoulish Knights. Shout out to everybody who takes advantage of like the
Shout out
Barnes
to
and
physical
Noble's
media.
50% off.
Yeah. All of the things.
Blu-ray
Criterion
sales.
Collection,
Shout out to
Arrow,
those. I
everything.
always find out about those like way too late.
Yeah.
I always find out way too late. I'm just like, damn, that was That was now? Shit. All right. Well, I missed out. Anyway. She doesn't want to do that, repeating no while trying to push him away, ripping off his mouth, completely shedding the rest of his flesh as he transforms into a fly. He throws her inside the pod, but Stathis grabs the shotgun as the droning fly that was once Seth drones toward the other pod. The sequence counts down and Stathis shoots the cord before it completes. Seth breaks through the glass, but the sequence continues, skipping the severed pod that has Veronica inside. Stathis manages to get her out, and the fusion teleportation completes. Seth falls out of the pod, screaming and wheezing in pain as his body is fused with the cables due to the machine door being open. Veronica grabs the shotgun, sobbing as she's not able to shoot him right away, despite moving the barrel toward his face. Through sobs, she fires the gun, destroying Brundlefly. Then, immediately to credits.
Credits. Let's go.
Credits. That's
We've
the
had
fucking
enough.
movie. This movie rules, though, dude. This movie's so
Yeah.
much fun.
That was a good head explosion too with the shotgun. Pretty
Great
good.
head explosion.
Pretty solid.
Great head explosion. Reminds me of Scanners. Like, really
Yeah.
awesome head explosion. Love the head explosion aspect in this. But man, there's just a lot to it. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot to it. But before we even jump into movie facts, we do have a EVP or two that we are going to play for you guys. I did not hear this EVP yet. I like to be surprised and listen along right along with you guys.
Same.
So let's go ahead and hop into this EVP, man, so we can go ahead and listen to what some of the ghouls got to say about The Fly.
Okay, I'm going to do my best to keep this under a minute. By the way, hello, Knights. C here. And okay, so The Fly. I think they nailed the ending creature design. I thought it was very
agree.
repulsive. It did its job. That was great. I think what I was really missing, though, from a good chunk of the beginning of the film was suspense and, like, eeriness. I felt like maybe it focused a little bit too much on the drama between, that little love triangle. And so I was kind of missing out on, like, scary music or, like, awkward frames that you kind of have to walk into. So, I don't know. That's kind of how I felt while I was watching it. But still a
Totally
good watch.
agree.
Thanks.
Definitely agree. That makes a lot of sense. Like I think that was the kind of one of the same gripes that you and I both kind of like pointed out, that like there was just it was lacking stuff. Like it's just there wasn't
Right.
enough stuff
Well,
there.
I will definitely say this by far is without a doubt a horror movie, but it is
Yeah,
without a doubt
100%.
not a scary movie, if that makes sense.
No, it's not. It's not made to scare you.
But I wish there was a little bit more suspense, a little bit more tension, a little bit more building up the transformation. Because even the transformation, it's horrifying, it's disgusting to look at, but it was never like terrifying or seeing
Yeah, like nothing
the real
happened
pain
after that.
behind it or something like that. Like they could have
Right.
made the transformation scene terrifying. Like it
Yeah.
is, but it's still a very bleak movie. It does have a very sad ending. It's not a happy ending, which I do appreciate that this movie kind of went that route as well. I think it's still a really great story, but I can definitely see what C's talking about as well, especially with the love triangle
Yeah.
stuff. There's not a lot of good context between the past relationship, the current relationship, and everything else in between.
Mhm. I wouldn't
but-
even call it a love triangle. Like it was just
Yeah.
like Stathis was fucking sickening. Like he was just
Yeah, I was
so
like
gross.
girls stuck in the middle of two toxic guys. That's what I call it.
Pretty much. And
It's like,
she obviously can't let go of either one of them. It was just like, if you would have just chose yourself, you
yeah.
wouldn't have to deal with this shit. But I got some movie facts for us here.
Movie facts.
After watching some of his earlier films, director Martin Scorsese asked to meet David Cronenberg. Upon meeting
Hell
him,
yeah.
Scorsese said he looked like a Beverly Hills plastic surgeon. This inspired Cronenberg to give himself a cameo as a doctor.
There you go.
That's awesome. The line, "I'm saying I'm an insect who dreamt he was a man and loved it, but now the dream is over and the insect is awake," end quote, is a reference to Arthur Jungazi,
Yes.
Famous Butterfly Dream story. It also a reference to Franz Kafka's famous short story, The Metamorphosis. Cool shit, cool shit. Let's get to some things that are also going to focus a little bit more on the movie itself with some of these facts here. Gina Davis claims that the only time she felt grossed out by the amount of gore was in the scene where Seth's ear falls off and she holds it. She
That's fair.
states that her reaction to holding her face up to Goldblum's was not acting and that she was indeed really grossed out. Awesome.
There
Fucking
we go.
awesome.
That's awesome.
Scripted but never filmed was a segment meant to have followed the deleted monkey cat scene. A homeless lady screams after interrupting Brundlefly as he feeds out of an open dumpster. Brundlefly seizes the bag lady and disintegrates her face with his vomit drop. Before he finishes feeding on the woman's corpse, Brundlefly's humanity emerges for a moment, just long enough to contemplate the horror of his subhuman existence. That should never have been fucking that should have been
sounds
filmed.
wild.
That should have been filmed.
This does
Like-
feel like a villain origin story, without a doubt.
It does. It does. It feels like a little bit
Yeah.
like Darkman or something. Like I would
Yeah.
have loved to have seen that. Two puppeteers, one of them being Chris Wallace, who was the director of the second one, were located underneath the floor animating the inside-out baboon, while a third pumped blood. All three of them had to wear raincoats because of the large amounts of blood being pumped. Frequently, the rest of the crew would break for lunch and forget about the three underneath the floor.
Damn.
Hello? Guys?
Hey, you know what? I'll say it for you guys. Bloody good work.
Oh my god. Chris Wallace wanted to avoid the use of bladers for the final transformation, in which Brundlefly becomes the space bug as the technique. Created by makeup legend Dick Smith, who is also used in films like An American Werewolf in London and The Howling especially, so much that the housewives knew about it. He eventually came up with having the space bug's head extend and push the prosthetic likeness of Jeff Goldblum's head apart. Wallace's crew constructed the puppet that featured a retracting and extending head. So
That's cool. Love the
That's
practical
really, really
effects.
cool.
It all came out really, really well.
in the original ending, Ronnie, or also Veronica, gets back together with Stathis and dreams about a human baby hatching from a cocoon. The original ending was removed because test audiences didn't like Ronnie getting back together with Stathis as it didn't feel right. I mean,
That's the reason
neither
why.
did this, but like that makes
Yeah.
sense. Throughout the film, Seth does not kill anyone. He only wounds and severely injures. However, in a deleted scene, Seth kills the baboon/cat hybrid. Additionally, a scripted scene that was never shot was one with the bag lady that was mentioned in the alleyway. And in the sequel, The Fly 2, unlike this film, Martin Brundle kills 4 people.
Wow.
All right. I kind of want to see it. I'm going to see if I can find
I
it because I
kinda
kind of want
wanna
to see the
see it,
second one
yeah.
now. I never had a chance to watch it, but I've seen The Fly multiple times. But I feel like I now need to like bring out from that. But man, let us know what you think about The Fly because we definitely want to keep this conversation going, and we could do so by heading over to our Discord, or you can hit us up inside of the Spotify comments, or if you're listening to this and watching this on Patreon, you can hit us up there as well. But let us know what you think about The Fly because I'm very, very curious what the rest of the ghouls think about this movie. I now need to have like a full-blown like essay written about The Fly and the dynamic between Stathis, Veronica, and Seth.
Right.
We need
to figure this out.
to figure this shit out because something's fishy around here.
Yeah.
But the next film that we are going to be showing is going to be talking about is going to be none other than one that I'm very excited to talk about. This is going to be our first Benson and Moorhead film, Spring. So excited to talk about this movie. Very, very excited to talk about it. Before we go, we want to give a very special shout out to our patrons over on patreon.com/nightlightpod. That's night with a K. If you want to go ahead and have your name also shouted out on the show, go ahead and head over to Patreon to learn more about that. So we're going to give a quick shout out from our community manager, Allison. She's going to go ahead and take it away.
What's up, bitches? This is Allison, aka Stormy Knight, your favorite community manager. I have some very special shout outs today for our Patreon members. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Don't forget to sign up for Patreon. Links will be included in the show notes. If you want me to say your name or fumble it, we'll see. Here we go. Thank you so much to Gia, Allison, that's me, Farah, my Twilight bestie, Jasmine, Kadrea, Firefly, amazing show, Raquel, Legion, Johnny, catch him live on Twitch. He's very funny. Kelly, Rain, our amazing marketing manager, aka Goth Queen, aka my future wife, Carrie, Chantal, Joe, also catch him on stream, Kate, our honorable mention, who won our trivia game. Anyway, thank you so much for all of your support and love. We could not do this without you. If you want your name fumbled or read correctly, perfectly by me, don't forget to sign up for Patreon. We love you so much. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the episode, or else.
Love it.
Or
Yes.
else.
Or else.
Shout out to all of you guys. Thank you all so much for being a part of the show and for making a lot of this stuff happen. We truly could not do it without you guys. So thank y'all so much for being a part of this. But this was Nightlight, a horror movie podcast. I was one of your hosts, Prince, also known as Head Knight. Alongside me, we had Freddie.
Always keeping things haunted.
Always and forever. With your help, we can reach more ghoulish nights with your recommendation for the show. If your podcast app allows you to rate the show, consider us, give us a 5-star rating, as it honestly does help us out a ton. For extra horror-related content, you can head over to patreon.com/nightlightpod. That's night with a what?
K Season 7, baby!
Let's go! And remember, everybody, don't forget your nightlight.